Well, good afternoon and welcome to my kitchen again, cooking with Dr. Mo. And I have to say at the top, we don't own the rights to this music, but we are enjoying it today. So first and foremost, lighten up. It's Christmas. Cheers to the season. So today we want to talk about holiday pop-ups, holiday visitors. Something I always think about growing up in a southern home, one of the things that was always on the stove was that leftover bacon from breakfast. Mama would cook a little bit extra, grandma would cook a little bit extra. She's nibbling off of during the day, so she wouldn't have to cook lunch. Oh, I'll just get me a piece of bacon and a piece of white bread and I'm good to go. So that's always there. So I thought about today, what happens when you get that last minute call from friends that want to just pop by and they're popping by at lunchtime? Being the true southerner that I am, you always have to have something to give your guests. So that's what I'm going to do today. Something simple, but little do they know, they're thinking it's something fancy. We're going to do what I call my Low-cal Inside Out BLTs. That's Low-cal Inside Out BLTs. So I still have my leftover bacon from breakfast. I've chopped it up here. Nice little chops. Let me move these glasses out the way. Some nice little chops. Nothing too small. You want them to know that they're eating some bacon. And some things are in there. Now, of course, I know we have so many people that are scared of the pork, scared of the pig. But trust me, I'm from the South. Not at all. I love it. So we have that. I've taken some simple tomatoes that I had in the refrigerator. I've used my handy dandy melon baller that never comes out to the holidays and cored out my tomato. In my tomato, I've taken and just put a little bit of salt and pepper, anything just to season it up in the bottom of the tomato. I think about these things so often because many years ago, and I will not date myself, many years ago, when my grandmother had a little garden in the back, there were always tomatoes. And we think about these wonderful beefsteak tomatoes that she used to grow. And you might be out there with her and you say, oh, I'm hungry, whatever. Oh, boy, just go and take that tomato and wash it off and bite into it. Just like you're biting into the apple, a pear, whatever. And that's my fond memories of thinking about my grandmother and her little tomato garden in the back. So that developed my palate for tomatoes. I happen to just adore any vegetable, any fruit. So we're going to use that today. So we've salt and peppered the entire surface of our tomato. And then what I've done, I've created a little spicy mayo here. Simple store-bought mayo, first of all. And I put some dried onion, a little fresh garlic, salt and pepper, and red pepper flakes. That's all. Something very simple, just to give it a little tang. Stirred it up very nicely. You're going to take a nice little dollop and put that in the bottom of your tomato. Just a nice dollop in the bottom. I have here some shredded romaine, washed and dried. Something very simple. I used the greener parts of it just to think about the holidays. Festive, something festive, our red, our green we have here. So you're just going to take that romaine and put down in your tomato. I like to stuff it just a little bit. Some hanging out, some hanging over. Take our bacon. Plop your bacon in. And it can just be something careless. Just drop it in. Do it. I add a little more romaine just to give a little top. And then another dollop of that spicy mayo. Last but not least, somebody's thinking, well, it's the BLT. We don't have any bread. What's going on? But I want to keep it low-cal. So I have here some wonderful panko bread crumbs. Panko bread crumbs. Moving them, just go into my panko and just sprinkle on the top of that. What happens, as all of you know, I'm all about texture. So it gives you a nice little crunch in your tomato, a wonderful presentation, something great for you to have. And then we're just going to slide that over on our plate. We move some things out the way so you can see. And we have a wonderful presentation. What I've done, you may see, going once again in my pantry. Didn't have time to go to the store. The call came in. Okay, I'm preparing. So I had some artichokes and some olives. I said, what can I do with that? So I popped in a nice artichoke and olive salad. With this, very simple, a drizzle of olive oil, a little balsamic vinaigrette, salt and pepper, tossed it up. Wonderful presentation on your plate. And we're ready to go. When your guest comes, they will see this and think, oh my goodness, you have gone out of your way. We were just coming to visit. Hey, I'm a Southerner. We always have to have something for you. So, of course, per usual, we got to dig in. Now, there are several ways you can eat this tomato. If you're deciding you're just sitting at home, I already know. My grandmother, I can see her now just picking up this whole tomato and just biting on in. No need to wash any extra utensils, all of that. But of course, we grew up and you have to embrace your inner bougie side is what I call it. And move through. Here's a nice little cut. Some wonderful bacon here. Oh my gosh. This is simply amazing. You have the crunch of your panko, the crunch of the bacon. Everything is in there, not worrying about that extra bread, that extra mayo. Something wonderful for your guests. Just popping by. And of course, we need to go into our artichoke and olive salad. I'm an olive lover, if you haven't picked that up. I love pickled things, pickled vegetables, all of that. Oh my gosh. A wonderful accompaniment to your wonderful little sweet lunch. And as I think about this is something you can do. If you have those wonderful little crispy onions that's in your cabinet, sprinkle them over the tomato. I'll give you some other things and move it right along. So, as I told you, lighten up. It's Christmas. So cheers to the season. Cheers to our impromptu lunch. Our guests thinking, wow, you have really done this. And we know the secret. It only took us 3 minutes. The bacon was already ready from breakfast. We're all there. Have a great holiday.